against Belarus in a very important game in Group C. Well, some of the fans from Belarus and France come into the arena for this very early start. Well, it's a 12:30 start here in France, and the movers and shakers of Korean basketball show up. The question is, can Korea recover from yesterday's disappointment and beat Belarus? Because if they do, they will move on to the quarterfinals. New Zealand against Cuba, Spain against Venezuela, and Turkey against Cameroon will follow. But right now, all eyes on this match. Belarus putting themselves in a good position by winning their first game against Nigeria. They would have to suffer a pretty big defeat not to move on to that quarterfinals. But as the Korean fans know, their team simply has to win to join them in that next phase. Nigeria gave themselves a great chance of making it to the last second, well, a three-pointer with about 4 seconds remaining yesterday from Cameroon to get their win and put themselves in a good position. You see the groups of standings, Nigeria, Belarus, and Korea. So Korea just seconds away from getting the win. So, Anatoly Bielski's Belarus, ready to introduce Jack Taylor, joined by Mark Clark. Mark, I suppose, logic, as you'd like to say, would dictate, would suggest that this Belarus team is going to win this game.
Yeah, whatever way you look at it, their experience, the quality of what they put on the floor in their first game with the win over Nigeria, just the re-establishment of that great inside combination of Ermenka and Luchenko on the inside, Lindsey Hardy looking very focused and obviously very sharp after a WNBA season. And also the way that gets some real great balance on the perimeter, because Popova came off the bench and really did give him that spark that Bielski really wanted to see and has been looking for the last couple of years. They've been good and solid, but they look back to one of the better teams in this tournament the other day. And Korea, though, you know, they're going to get introduced right now, have a way of playing that if they can make those perimeter shots, if someone else can really help Kang Yi-young in terms of the points production, then they have a way of playing that could really damage Belarus, because they have that spread the floor type game. But like logic tells me that the way Luchenko played defense the other day, where she got a feed outside the keyway and played very, very hard, means that Belarus are going to be a very tough ask and are very much favorites to go through as group winners.
Well, we'll see if Belarus have a bout here against Wee Sung-woo's team, a bout of inconsistency that plagued them last year at the Eurobasket Women, or if they're able to sustain their level of play, at least for 3 games here, and book their spot at the Rio Games. Right now we're going to have the playing of the national anthems, Belarus and Korea. national anthems have been played, and the coaches, Boyowski and Wee Sung Woo, say hello before the battle. Well, these teams aren't really strangers. They've played each other before in international competition, and you know, every year is different. Certainly, Lindsey Harding wasn't around when these two teams last met, and that was at the 2014 FIBA Women's World Championship, and she makes a big difference to this team. But this team here that Korea has is a different team from that. Here are the referees. Referee from Poland, Tomasz Trawicki and Johan Rosso and Maripe Malo, excuse me, from Canada. We know it's difficult sometimes for the players to come out here. But I wonder about the referees for those early starts.
Malo from Canada was here late last night where we were with that really intense game that they had yesterday with France and New Zealand. So she's got to get ready as well. As we look at this Belarus lineup, and you know, let's start straight away with the phenomenal stats that Veremenka and Luchenko have. But shooting 86 and 64% in the game from the other day, and both double-doubled. And it's like combo just gives Bialski so many options. And they hold the middle in that starting lineup. Viktorovich and Tsitsina, for players you'd expect to really be major contributors, they were both a little quiet the other night. But then they got great production off the bench. And Lindsey Harding, for me, just gives them that quality at the point that really enables that team to function efficiently and get the ball to the right people. Both offensively and defensively, they build it from the inside out. Going to look at that career roster where the other day, Kang Yi-yong was just phenomenal. You know, she ended up with a huge 22 points, and again the field goal percentage was, you know, again ridiculous, 67% from the three-point line. You know, the girl can shoot the basketball and shoot it very, very well. Their issue is depth. You know, only 5 players really played significant minutes, and the 6-player rotation didn't even give them a whole 40 minutes. So there are 5 players out there who just did put in a shift the other day. Jisoo Park could be a key here. Defensively, she's got to do some work. And Yang Yi has got to give us some real support on the inside. Otherwise, Belarus is just going to pound it and pound it and pound it inside. And Korea are going to have a long, long night at the office defensively. But if they can do a job defensively, they can spread the floor and get themselves hot from the perimeter. They've always got that shooter's chance. Fascinating matchup as we see the key people, and you couldn't go anywhere else about from Kang Yi-yong with those 22 points and 62% from the field. But Veremenka, 5 blocks to go with the 13 and 12. She just made a statement early on and got herself going, and it just showed how much Belarus missed her. Even though she was there, she was just back from having a child, and she's now fully back to the level that she is accustomed to being at. Coach Bialski, it's almost fitting that this team would end if they end as a group in Rio. That's the level they deserve to be at. They've had a phenomenal series of tournaments as a group, and I just think they have this desire as a group to end it in an Olympic Games. Lee Sung-woo, got a different thing, nothing to lose. He's got to get a win. All he needs is a win here. He doesn't need to worry about points difference. He'll still go to the quarterfinals. There's all sorts of permutations if they win, and then we get into points difference. For Belarus, straightforward. Win, you win the group, and they'll probably avoid a quarterfinal against the number 3 ranked team in the world in Spain.
Well, these teams did play 2 years ago, and Belarus had an uncomfortable game, but they managed to get a 70-64 win. You think either team can get any confidence from that?
Well, I think the word uncomfortable is the thing that sums it up, in the sense that Korea could make this very uncomfortable for Belarus just because of the style of game, which is going to test Belarus. If Belarus can contain that and can control that, I think they'll just have too much and they would control the game from tip to finish. But Korea can definitely make it uncomfortable.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Nantes, France. It's the FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament, and immediately the player that we highlighted, Kang, comes out and delivers a message that this is not going to be an easy game for Belarus, and Nigeria better not count their chickens before they've hatched. In other words, Korea determined to join that quarterfinal party.
Oh, great work. Great hustle.
Nobody there to stop Vermanika.
Well, you mentioned the word uncomfortable, Jeff, and that first three and that long two, that's why it'll be uncomfortable. Because Belarus are going to struggle to control the game and manage the game because of the way Korea playing. They've got that shooter's chance.
Well, Smitsina pulls up. He was rather anonymous the other day and didn't play too much. Had a rough start.
And they've settled for jump shots first two times down, Belarus. You thought they might have gone inside and just made that statement of, you've got to guard us in here.
Park Ji-soo off the side of the rim.
I think she's got to go inside, Jeff. Give some semblance of balance.
Offensive foul called against Yelena Luchenko. And that was a good call. She was posting up and just showed a little bit too much elbow there, clearing out. Watch this, the right elbow.
Didn't get very high, Jeff. It was underneath.
Maybe look at the other side.
Yeah, it was underneath the arm, though, of Park Ji-soo. I mean, she did swing it a little, but it wasn't high.
Yeah.
I'm not sure she's used to that call if she's playing EuroLeague and stuff like that, where there's a big on a big, and that big just stands still when she tries to do that.
Maybe it's not a bad thing to do for Yelena to kind of send a message. This is going to be a physical game if you want to play down here. But now she's picked up 2 fouls. 2 quick ones.
That's a big call. You know, that gets Burowski out of his rotation that he appears to like now. You know, Troyan will probably come in quickly. But, you know, you used the word uncomfortable. That's another thing that's going to make it uncomfortable if she has to sit.
Well, will it be Troina that comes in, or will it be Popova? Neither is getting up off the bench right now. But 2 fouls in the first minute and a half on Yelena Luchenko. Alarm bells ringing back in Minsk.
There's probably a few uncomfortable Nigerians seeing that as well, because they would have probably assumed Belarus would just roll this one out.
Lindsay Harding misses.
It's jump shot, jump shot, jump shot for Belarus. I don't see that as the way that they should have started this game.
Kim Danby. Korea make no apologies for having that perimeter-oriented attack. They talked about it. Oh, Harding almost lost control of it there. Vermanika, another 3 for her. And she just continues to have the all-star type performance that does bode well for Belarus. Back to her best. Spain, you can see they're here scouting this game because they'll face one of these teams. And once the team has now fouled the jump shooter, Kang, who has stepped inside the arc.
It's I'm going to keep going on about the word you used. Just sums this up. It's an uncomfortable game that Belarus have to play. And a number of coaches that we've spoken to have said, you know, that you can get them in a game that they don't like, and that's Korea just have to back themselves now. Got to stay. They're going to stay with this style of play. If they make shots, they got a chance to win this, and it will become very uncomfortable for Belarus. Kang just exploded for 5 quick points.
It's impressive to see. We saw Nigeria struggle for a long time against Korea because they had lost the day before, but Korea not showing any signs of having a hangover from their defeat to Nigeria. This jump shot, now Kang brings it up.
Jeff, Vermanik's had 1 touch. Luchenko's had no touches offensively as this game sort of unwinds, and Vermanik's has been a 3-pointer. They have not had a touch on the inside in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Nice shifty move from Harding. She gets in and scores an reverse layup. Penetration from Kim Danby. Those are the types of plays that will keep you honest.
Absolutely. They don't have to do it that often. Just do it now and again. Make the defense stop just coming out there waving arms up.
Nice touch pass from Luchenko. And Smitsina just claims it off the rim. help, but Yang is open and hits the mid-range jumper.
Loving the way they've started. You know, it's that tempo they have. The trouble is, can they run for 40? Because they didn't get a lot of help off the bench the other day.
Well, Harding pulls up. Good job, Svitsina, knocking it back outside. Here's Lushenko. Oh, what a move from Lushenko. Missed the shot. Looked like she did the hard work to get there and then didn't finish. Mark Jisoo called for a foul.
Yeah, you had that concern the other night because she did struggle a little in Eurobasket last year to finish plays. She still has all the tools, but just was struggling. But then after missing her first, she just didn't hardly miss for the rest of the game.
Well, Popova, who hit that string of three-pointers against Nigeria, has come into the game for Svitsina.
Bielski looks determined to use her in the free spot. When Luchenko sits down, which will be in about 40 seconds time or so, I'm sure Troy will come in further.
You're right. Telepathic. Mark Jisoo drives in with the left hand.
It's just a very smart decision. What's Luchenko going to do? Expecting a jump shot, she's not going to go late and try and reach with those two fouls. And by Park Ji-soo gives what Korea need. They've got to get some production from her.
Remaining kick to Lushenko. She knows she's coming out. Well, tough pass to Harding on the move. That triggers the fast break. 4-on-2. Yang. And boy, maybe didn't take the right decision there. Could have gone all the way. They want to get it out to the perimeter.
That's 2 fouls. They've stayed with a normal rotation for Luchenko, but the situation you saw where Park Ji-soo penetrated, that's going to be the issue they're going to have when she comes back in. How hard is she going to be able to play?
Three-pointer. Right into the game.
Well, that's
Not a bad introduction, is it?
That's the other player they missed last year at the Eurobasket. Karina back. It just gives you that extra experience. Good chase down too.
A little bit of frustration.
A substitution for Korea. The first number 1 is replaced by 12, E.G. Park, and the third number 3,
Troyna did play at the Eurobasket Women, but you're right, she wasn't really at her best. She looks like a different player right now. She's got good size, doesn't she? Deceptive.
And again, this group has been together so long, they understand their roles when they have to go in. Great help, great rotation.
And great fight by Troyna, triggers the break. Harding.
Oh, nice pass.
Boy, Mikhailovich did a good job moving there, reading, and Troyna comes down, follows the missed shot. It's her shooting really that kind of caught everybody's attention when she played for the team that finished third at the Eurobasket Women. Oh, nice jumper. Lindsey Harding. Of course, that was the third place back in 2007. But if she can come in and get big minutes in the low post, that's big, very important. And Denby for 3.
Well, and that's, again, demonstrates the issue. Great penetration, but too many Belarusians dropped. You've got to rotate and chase the next pass. But everybody was almost in the charge circle on that penetration, and they're going to kick it. You know they're going to make it with their feet set.
And then for those baseline. Goodness gracious. It looked good, but she didn't finish. Park Ji-soo goes in and gets the foul. Popova. If you're going to commit a foul there, you want to make sure you don't give up the basket.
Well, the great thing, that's the second basket she's made going to the hoop, trying to play around the ring. Again, it gives you that balance in scoring. You know they're going to be predominantly from the perimeter, but you've got to make the defense play honest. They just broke down communication-wise, didn't switch effectively, and if you go to sleep, as long as Korea are looking to be balanced in their scoring, they're going to get enough going to the hoop.
We're going to see Ritzy Skaba come into the game. She didn't play the other day against Nigeria for Belarus. And she was coming for Litorovic. And I suppose Boyovsky, because of the way Korea play and pass on the perimeter and Belarus are chasing, he's going to have to go deeper for his roster today. Oh, nice shot from Lindsay Harding.
We've talked throughout this tournament about the teams that have those players of quality. When you need them to get a shot they really want, they get it. And Harding's one of those. Same way Dumerc is that for France. They've always got that quality.
Traveling is the call.
If you want to see how to play defense when you've got the big and the small, the way that Vermaelen and Harding communicated, switch back, and calls the turnover, that was just a great demonstration of how to play the team defense that Belarus want to play. Park Ji-soo's going to sit down, Jeff, we said the other day, who's going to come in and rebound, because Luchenko's straight back. You would expect Belarus to get Luchenko a touchdown.
Pass thrown away. And the drive and the foul.
I'll go back to your word, Jeff, uncomfortable. That's how it feels. That's how the Belarusian bench looks, a little uncomfortable. They're going to take the timeout. Obviously, it's just got to reestablish what this team is about and how they want to play. Because at the moment, they're playing Korea's game a little bit too much.
2 fouls on Popova. Korea lead it by 3.
Well, this has got to be a happy huddle. If you're Korea, you have 19 points with 2 minutes to go in the first, and you've got 19 points, and there's a little bit more balance than it was the other night. They're finding a way to get to the basket far more easily than I thought they would, given the fact of the way Vermaelen played the other day and the way Luchenko played the other day. They took care of business around the ring. So you've got to credit this. They know they've got to extend the defense, so there is some gaps to penetrate to, but the other day Korea didn't take those. Now they are. Maybe this is that, the uncomfortable game you mentioned right at the beginning.
Well, it's definitely uncomfortable when you think about Popova has 2 fouls, Luchenko has 2 fouls. Korea leading now by 4. It's not out of the realm of possibility that Belarus could not only lose the game, but lose it big.
21 points would see them getting on a plane going home.
We saw this team have, obviously, Lindsay Harding wasn't playing, and Vermaelen wasn't there, but we saw Belarus collapse against China at the World Championship a couple of years ago. So Ritzy Skaba, player that a lot of people didn't expect him to be in the squad in the game. So that's a big time shot.
Veteran player again. The defense was really extended, so if she did make the move she did, she was going to get an open look, but she's got to make it. That's got to be offensive, is it not?
Well, if it's on Popova, that's number 3.
Struggling on that one. She was just trying to fight around the screen. I don't see the push. I see contact. I'm not sure of the push.
Still to come out.
Well, there's one thing that's always going to make you uncomfortable as a coach. You're forced into rotations because of foul trouble. And Luchenko's in the game with 2. Popova's on the bench with 3. And that's not how Bialski wanted to play this game. But yeah, he's got the experience. He's got a lot of depth in terms of. This roster's seen a lot of international competition. So.
And also Luchenko, I think, can manage her situation. She wasn't smart picking up the early ones, but on the other hand, she knows how to manage them.
Yeah, and if there's a team you're going to feel a little bit more comfortable about trying to stay in, you're going to rely on your teammates to play good perimeter defense, but she's not going to be in a post-up battle in this game.
Harding just outside the line. That's another one.
She is so good from mid-range. She looks really sweet from mid-range.
Quack has come into the game, number 9 for Tang. And here's Lim, the captain, and she buries a jump shot. I think at least for Belarus, you would not expect Korea to shoot it this well for the entire game, but they do have 24 points in the first quarter. That is a big number. In the final minute of the opening quarter, Troina tries to get it over the head of Yang, and boy, that is experience right there for 31-year-old fronting Lushenko. Look at this, making it difficult.
Well, that's the second time Troina's tried to make the same pass. It's almost like we're running this play, I am going to make that pass. Neither time has it been a valid option.
Comes Lin. She's just knocked down a jumper. Inside to Yang. A little bit of a mismatch. No, she's going to get it back outside to Quack. And Korea get it back. Now Lin for 3. Instead of going up by 7, Korea could find their lead cut here. They had a foul to give.
Got a couple more.
Another foul as well. Don't be surprised Belarus don't even get a shot off here. They need to anticipate the foul and be in the shooting motion.
Yeah, they'll get Harding off of a they'll screen them, and then Harding will pop. Got to put it up.
Oh, she hits it. Can you believe it? And really, Korea had 2 more fouls.
Yeah, the ball comes in from steal foul, and it's not going to hurt you going over the length of the game. And Harding just makes it a 2-point game. Could have been, as you said, could have been 7. And now, okay, they missed a shot. Should have been no worse than 4 then at that point. But hey, Korea have done a really, really, really nice job. We're going to get a replay of that now. As soon as Harding catches it, you think, oh, and she didn't even catch it and shoot it. She actually got square and then looked at it for a second.
Korea on top 24-22 at the end of 1.
Давай, Юля, нормально чувствуешь?
Belarus also shooting well, but
на 3-м номере.
Korea.
И все время готовы к смене. All time.
Well, in the game the other day, they were under the cosh from the 2-point line. They, for a while, they were like 18-20% in the 2-point range against Nigeria. So they've found a way and they've taken good options. I'm just shocked that they haven't been challenged on those penetrations more than they have, because they've got to the basket without anyone challenging the shot. And then when we were really impressed the other day with the way that Belarus rotated, and Belarus in particular, just owned the glass against a very, very athletic team. That was just like not even, she had 5 blocks, but she changed another 5-10 shots just by being there. They got wide open layups. Yes, and the foul trouble is going to be, well, you hope it's not going to be an issue, but at the moment it looks like it's just, I keep going back to it, the word you used right at the beginning, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I genuinely believe that Lushenko can manage the fouls, even if she were to pick up a 3rd.
Oh, yeah, I would agree with you 100%. The other thing, Jeff, I don't think that Korea have that sort of option. Say she's in 3 fouls, we're going to post up and go at her. They don't do that. It's, they're back with they're back with they're back with 4 starters, and quite surprisingly, Kaya is still in there. She's from the Gozon Minsk Club, 1 and 2 ranked club in Belarus, but haven't seen her, weren't expecting to see her play.
Lushenko turns, gets it to Nikorovic. Boy, that was a hard pass. Caught by Harding. Look at Belarus move it, get what they want.
great rotation by Korea. They're very active in the scramble.
And that's all Lindsey Harding, her ability to handle the ball, going right past the Korean. And this is an option that they didn't have a couple of years ago.
And this is her second year with the team, even though she has little preparation because of the WNBA season. She's going to be more comfortable in international basketball.
Well, Park Ji-soo just took that ball right away from Lachenko. Renewed sense of determination here from Korea, coming out of the huddle. Now Kim Gambi. She had a tough start yesterday, but then came to life late, but it wasn't enough for Korea. She started well today. Here she is again. Park Ji-soo battles, and it's going to be a foul on Korea's part. Well, just imagine, put yourself in Korea's shoes. They've come all this way from the Far East. They don't want to go home after a couple of days, do they?
No, not at all.
A good pass again from Lachenko, but Harding didn't know where to go with it.
Great scramble. They've got 3-on-2 going the other way, and they make the jumper.
Great play by Lim, the captain. Points off turnovers. Well, they can be big. It was now 5 for Belarus. And this is Gama.
Well, bonus time for Belarus. She's come in, she's played decent defense, didn't shirk responsibility, and other people do have to pick up the slack if people are keying on Harding as they are at the moment.
Well, this is Gama to become the X factor. She makes another one of those. Here comes Kim Gambi. Quack. And Park Ji-soo doesn't get the friendly roll. Lachenko almost turns it over. And she's having words with the ref to say, get this player off of me. Quack is being physical. And that's interesting matchup. Maybe Lachenko has to watch it. But Harding makes up for the turnover by going down and knocking in the jumper. Interesting timeout from Lee Sung-woo. Elects to burn a timeout. Why?
Well, he's not going to change what he's doing. That's down the offensive end, he may have some discussion about who wants to shoot the ball. But down here, they're doing a great job. They're making Belarus put the ball on the floor. They scramble. They'll pick, they'll rotate, they'll take any mismatch. And, their numbers aren't bad at all. In fact, they're far better than they were yesterday from the 2-point range. They're much more efficient. Offensively, the last couple of times, they've just struggled to sort of get Belarus turned so they can actually kick it to an open shooter. But that's not a major change. Maybe, he's not going to go that deep. This might just be, I need to give him a blow. I need to give some key people the time to just catch the breath a little bit. I got 2 timeouts to use. I got 7:30 to go. It's a long time. I'm in good shape. He doesn't want to let Belarus start to roll momentum. We talked about the bigs, Lachenko and Veremenko. Apart from Veremenko's 3, they've been no factor. It's been the Lindsey Harding show with a little bit of help from unusual sources. And we talk about the lack of depth that Korea might have. Well, Harding, can she go 40? She gets a day off tomorrow, so why not?
So far, Harding has played 12 minutes, so she hasn't come out.
Nope.
And beautiful dish to Park.
Now, we made the point, Jeff, as Cena looks a little bit out of sorts, and even at the defensive end, didn't rotate quick enough. So she's got to find her rhythm.
Viktorovich gets in. Here's Luxina. Back to Viktorovich for 3.
And I'll take that if that's what Belarus end up with. I'll take that if you're Korea. Again, a great job scrambling. That's offensive.
Offensive foul on Park Ji-soo.
not forget, Jeff, about Park Ji-soo. Yeah, she's been around for a couple of tournaments, but she's still only 17 years old, going against one of the most experienced bigs in world basketball in Luchenko.
Yep, second time she's been able to go up against her. She had a good debut 2 years ago. And Kang almost came up with a steal. Those Korean hands are active.
It's great rotation.
And very difficult shot from Harden. And Likorovic's shot is not going to count.
This Korean defense, they're playing like their Olympic future depends on it. That's an obvious thing to say, but they literally are. You know, Kang's rotation down into Luchenko. If Luchenko doesn't catch and go, she gets double teamed straight away. This is impressive the way they're scrambling on defense.
Because Belarus could still lose by what, 5?
And still win the group,
Still win the group, which is crucial. And three-pointer by Kang. Bang!
Right on cue, they're down 5. You know, so after the despair that Korea had yesterday, they could end up winning the group.
They played better today than they played yesterday. Harden, Vermayinka, Viktorovich for 3. Somebody else steps up, and she has that ability to really put the points in.
And that's the margins at this level. That's the first time in a scramble they were like a step or so late because they forced the extra pass. And up until now, the rotation has been right on it.
Clark. And seemed like she traveled or was in the lane too long, but they let her go.
Yeah, I mean 9 points, and that's important. That's scoring balance for her.
Luchenko has to be careful with the 2 fouls. So look at him crowd Luchenko. They really are getting after that, you know, congregating right around that part right into the basket. Then picks up the foul.
Well, in that shot, that replay, 5 white shirts in the keyway. You know, they're not giving anything easy up inside. And it's just active all the time.
Oh, beautiful pass from Harding. Nice roll, sucking the defense to her and just dishing it.
And Luchenko caught it and went quick. There was no chance to come and help and double team. Great finish.
Kane dribbles out. And the pass almost got away from Quack. But Kang had to launch one. Harding now through Luchenko. Korea by 2. Katsina on the baseline. Vermayinka with the rebound. Katsina just needs one of those to go to get into the flow.
So when Luchenko ducks in, she ducks in. I mean, that's a... Talk about being educated at 17. She just ducked in on Park Ji-soo, and I don't think she realized what at all was happening in terms of speed. She just dived in. I know they got the face-on-face sort of contact, but just before that, she ducked in so hard. It's like a clinic for a big. Watch Luchenko play. It's like a clinic every time she's on the floor.
Really, at this stage, it's more important than anything for Korea is that they maintain their intensity on the defensive end. Try to make life difficult in the lane.
It's both, Jeff. They've just got to keep themselves interested, and it's worth the effort. They're in the game. They're up. They'll chase everything. If they let Belarus start going inside and picking up points, and they get down 5, 6, and they just let it slip for an inch, that's when Belarus will start to control. It's going to be a really tough ask for Korea. You've got to appreciate how much effort they're putting into the game. And Park Ji-soo coming out has been a great first half performance so far. If you only have one way to do it, you've just got to do it with that intensity, and that's what they've done so far. For 16 minutes, there's still another 24 that they have to maintain.
Kim Danby on target.
Tough ask for Vermayinka to try and contain that and then challenge the shot.
China here scouting this game as well. They could end up facing these teams. And good defense.
Just switching everything, doing such a good job.
Oh, look, Rovich. Here she goes, turns, puts it up, gets her own rebound back. She's playing well.
Yeah. Nothing like making a shot. You know, if you're struggling a little, and she was okay the other day, but get some confidence, good move, stayed with the play, gets the putback. And Belarus starting to exert some real dominance on the glass. 15-9, you know, 15-8 on the rebound count now.
Traveling is the call. Gets it back. Yang can't quite believe it. 31-year-old, one of the oldest players on the team.
They just gotta not give Belarus anything easy so they can start building the lead going into halftime. If they could step off the floor now and go in at halftime, they would take it. They're right in this game, Korea.
Harding now, and puts up the runner, misses. Kim explodes to the basket and gets one. So.
Tina again, you're going to get a replay of this. Got to force her to the outside. Can't let it go down the middle because she has so many options. Because I think she's making this penetration thinking to dump. Veronica comes late. Tina's just got beaten too easily down the middle. Borowski hasn't got, he's not going to go back to Papova now with her 3 fouls. So Tina's going to have to see this out and find a way to maybe get out the funk she's in.
I don't think, she doesn't seem to be moving well to me for some reason. She had the torn ACL. She's battled back from that.
They've run that play 3 times and turned it over 3 times.
We're going to see a change. Kang puts it up. It's good! 3-pointer. And just like that, Korea back in front by 6. And remember, if they win by 6, they win the group. And Harding misses that one. You don't expect Harding to continue to bury the jumpers. Throwing it.
That hurts you. That hurts you a lot.
What was that?
3-second call on Veronica. I'm like,
how we talked about how Korea would react if they fell behind. How will Belarus react if they fall further behind here? Because they're in danger of going down by 9.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for them is you've still got this thing in your head where you're still expecting to win even though you're down, and sometimes that's a dangerous place to be in as a team.
And Bai reaches in to commit the foul. Tell you what, Korea have a reputation for being physical. We didn't really see it yesterday, but really here in the second quarter, their physicality has gone up.
Even though you say they've done a good job being in control, they're scrambling. This is the first time they're in a situation where they're shooting the free throws for the bonus. So that they are doing a great job defensively, being active, aggressive, scrambling really hard, but not giving up cheap fouls. They've gone with Papova back in the game. Calculated risk.
Yeah, because I don't know that she has the maturity.
Yeah. And she's guarding people on the perimeter. Her lateral speed is really going to be tested.
Well, Korea look like they're going to turn it over, but they get it to Park. And that goes up by 7 now, Korea. So some adversity facing Belarus here. Troina. And they're not going to wipe that one off.
Same spot. But she hadn't one wiped off from before. And Troina has been very, very important in this first half.
Absolutely. She just looks as good as she's ever looked.
8 points in this first half. They've been massive in terms of a contribution. When others haven't really come up with it, she has.
3-point attempt. Popova, has she picked it up? No,
that's
all
offensive.
the
They called for the push as she tried to get through the screen, which will confuse Popova because that's what she was saying on the first time she got called for the foul. And referees have a far better angle. That's an obvious moving screen.
Bai has to come out. That's her second foul, Bai. There goes Bai to Bai. Now we've got Harding. And Belarus looking a little shaky there a minute ago, but seemed to have stabilized things. Popova. She forced that one. They got the jump shot. They got the foul.
In the situation Korea in, it's those little breakdowns, the foul the time before, that foul, where they haven't done it. They haven't fouled jump shooters. They haven't get into these situations where they bail out the shooter who's really having to try and rush a shot. It's got to be a 40-minute game. Korea are going to get the win. It's going to be such a tough ask, but it's got to be a 40-minute effort.
Well, we know that Belarus won't take full advantage. She makes just one of two. Korea will run it down, or they're not going to try to get 2 for 1.
It would be a tough ask, wouldn't it, to get 2 for 1 out of that. They should have got 1 though.
They're going to get none. Unless they get a steal.
It's like laps. It's those laps. You know, those little lapses in this type of game. You can't have them. And it's really easy to sit here and say it, but that's the hole they're in after yesterday's loss.
And after, late, remember the first quarter, they had a chance to go up by 7. They ended up leading by 2. They're facing a similar situation.
Absolutely.
Belarus get knocked down at 3 and tie this game.
And now they're in a bigger hole than they were before, because at least then they had the fouls to give and they didn't use them. Now they can't go that hard. They'll send Belarus to the line. So you know they're going to use every one of the 21 seconds.
들어가서 세트를 하면 야 그린이든 휘든 돌면은 어쨌든 찬스가 나고 거기에서 파생되는 거 오는데 왜 다 세워서 농구를 하냐 이게 전부 다.
I think, on the one hand, Korea have shown that they're not going to be pushovers. They could have, the way they lost yesterday, you could have seen them just completely falling apart. But on the other hand, we've also seen Belarus, they've had some difficult moments here in this game. It's been uncomfortable, yet here they are just down 3.
Yeah, and that's, I think the plus side for Korea is enormous, because mentally they'd have been on the floor after yesterday's game. They led it pretty much for 39 and whatever minutes.
But to Belarus's credit, they've kind of held it together mentally.
And I think you've got to give this, Harding so much credit, because they haven't turned it over very often. When she's had it, she gets them where they want to get to. And sooner or later, Luchenko and Veromenko will become a factor.
Yeah, Veromenko hasn't been the factor that we expected. Oh boy, just speaking of that one, she does turn it over. And are they going to get it in time? Yes, they do, and doesn't make the shot. Park had the opportunity there at the end, but Korea will go to halftime leading by 3.
Oh, these stats are going to be really good reading for Korea. 61 and 50%. They're in very, very, very good shape, and the stats across the board are pretty even. There'll be more turnovers on the Belarus side, but 9 assists for Korea. They're moving the ball really nicely. 6 steals. The turnovers are the difference. 10 turnovers. They've been big player turnovers most of the time. Harding had the last one, but that high to low pass, which Belarus have really just tried to throw, regardless of whether it's open or not. They've just turned it over 3-4 times straight off the bat on that one. Kang's doing it again in terms of leading the points. Harding's had a superb first half for Belarus. And then there's something that tells you a story. No steals, no blocks for Belarus. Those types of areas where they were very, very efficient the other night against Nigeria, they're just blanks for Belarus at the moment. And that tells you a lot about their lack of rotation and their lack of commitment almost at the defensive end.
Well, we're at halftime. Is Korea on top 44-41 over Belarus.
du ballon officiel de la FIBA des tournois qualificatifs olympiques. Molten est fier de présenter son ballon édition spéciale 2016. Son design dynamique représente les mouvements et l'agilité des meilleurs joueurs du monde. Rejoignez Molten et montrez votre soutien à votre équipe nationale alors qu'il joue au plus haut niveau avec intégrité et fair play. Pour en savoir plus, visitez le site internet FIBA.com et participez au concours pour gagner un ballon Molten édition spéciale. Maintenant, ça va se passer sur la QTV du milieu du terrain pour nos spots de nos partenaires internationaux FIBA. Ladies and gentlemen, I suggest you watch the commercial for FIBA partners. Allez, un peu plus de 2 minutes avant le début de ce troisième quart-temps.
리바운드 많이 들어오잖아. 블락을 딱 잡고 쓰려니까. 무슨 말 알아? 다른 거 오지 말고 큰 사람들이 비켜줘서 작은 사람들이 리바운드 잡아줘야지. 작은 사람들 리바운드 참여 안 하면 어떡해. 아직도 리바운드 참여해주라고. 무슨 말 알겠지? 야, 다시 들어봐. 야, 얘기했어. 뭐 하라고 그랬어? 뭐? 움직이면서, 절대로 하지 말고 움직이면서 올리라고.
Allez, reprise dans un peu plus de 30 secondes ce match. Et on va voir justement si avec tous ces spectateurs, eh bien, l'enjeu, le score fait que vous avez penché plus pour une équipe ou une autre équipe. Alors j'aimerais savoir qui veut la victoire de la Biélorussie. Ouais, ça devait être impossible. Est-ce qu'il y a des supporters qui veulent la victoire de la Corée? Yes! So where is the fan of Belarus? Yes, okay. And the fan of Korea? Ouais. Allez, mesdames et messieurs, c'est parti pour ce troisième quart-temps.
Well, second half action underway here from North France. The Belarus national team taking on Korea in a vitally important game with respect to Olympic qualification. Korea need to win to stay in the hunt. A loss would eliminate them and allow Nigeria to progress, finish second in this group. Now, Ritzy Skava has started here in the second half, and perhaps a surprise that she's entering the team for a lot of people.
Well, the number 41 tells you that. Wasn't in the original roster.
Lushenko, who had the early foul trouble, not able to get the rebound. Korea up 3, and an offensive foul called against Yang. So that's Yang's first foul. She was in there battling away with Yelena Lushenko.
That's going to really hurt. Park Ji did a great job on the offensive boards. I think she's one of the components that has put Korea in this position. She had a nice first half with the 9 points, and then that's the fourth rebound.
Vermainka turns, puts it up, and that's better from her. We didn't see much of the excellence that we had witnessed a couple of days ago against Nigeria. Now Kim Dambi for 3. Oh, that's a positive sign for Belarus. Or excuse me, for Korea. A worrying sign for Belarus.
Well, it is that shooter's chance. They're going to keep shooting them if they keep the percentages where they are at the moment. They have a real shot. What would be, let's be fair, would be a massive upset after the first 2 games. Maybe not an upset historically, because Korea have been very competitive over the last few major championships in terms of their games with teams like Belarus. But this is not the Korean team that lost to Nigeria. Got to give Nigeria some credit for the defense they played in that game.
Harding gets in. Quick hands from Park Ji-soo, forces the turnover.
Well, the youngster, 195 tall, 17 years old. She's growing up in front. You said she was 15 when she played in the World Championship. She's growing up in front of the world in terms of the way she's playing with Lushenko in this game.
Kim Dambi been very assertive in this game. Gets back out behind the arc. Gets it to Lee, and he now goes inside to Yang. Park Ji-soo from behind the line. And the rebound by Lee. Oh, she just kind of dances her way around Lindsay Harding.
Super little move, little hesitation dribble after the offensive rebound, and great soft finish.
And long jump shot.
I still say I don't think Yelena Lushenko is going to let Belarus lose. The way she's approached these 2 games has been phenomenal.
Vermainka. Ritzy Skava into Lushenko, back outside to Harding, passes up to 3. She gets it back out to Vermainka. Vermainka turns, puts it up. And now Lee, who's providing a spark. There's the ball. Pang. Pang hit while taking a 3 by Likirovic.
That's a clear foul because when she takes off, she has space. And then when Torovic is going to say there was a moving screen, but she takes a space away to land. And sometimes officials will miss that. They almost watch the shot. These three obviously at the top draw. Stayed in the play and just saw the contact. I like that call. You've got to protect the shooter as she lands.
Well, that's a huge, huge play here in the grand scheme of things, as Korea now with a chance to go up by 7. And you have to be impressed with the body language and everything in the Korean team. They look like they believe they can get it done today.
They're still up the floor. They're still pressing. They're still trying to make this game get broken.
Jermainka and Vitsiskava. A little bit of miscommunication there.
I think Popova's coming in. I'm surprised she didn't start this second half.
So Kang, relatively quiet for her standards in the first half. She's going to get it again. She's going to put it up. And the ball falls to Lashenka. Now, Harding fouled as he crosses midcourt. Boy, it seems like a lot of the time when you watch this game, certain players, Korea guard, Lashenka and Harding, they are just swarming. And that was one example right there. Vitsiskava's going to come out. I guess she takes the blame for not being at the right place on that pass.
I think that's the pecking order, but that's substitution.
Harding gets in, takes a tough shot. Park Ji-soo gets the rebound. And you said it, you know, Lashenka a couple of days ago just controlled the boards, and we're not seeing it right now.
You've got the young Park Ji-soo has just been tremendous. Both ends of the floor. She's just making contribution.
Yang now backs up Popova. And Yang goes under. And it's a 9-point advantage for Korea. Right now, they're in pole position.
It's getting out of hand now. Now it's not just uncomfortable. It's a lot more than uncomfortable right now.
Shanka, oh, that is huge. Sensing what was needed. She says, just get it to me.
And they played the same play first possession of the second half, and until Korea stop it, keep going to it.
And Kang loses it, has it knocked out of bounds. Now Lashenka appealing. She's right. Ball to go to Belarus, saying they went off of the Korean. Watch this.
Yep, off the knee.
And I think they have caught a break.
She got away with a reach and maybe a little contact, so maybe she sits down and reflects. She'll be fine about it. Out of bounds.
I guess justice prevails. Now Harding over to Nikorovic. Jermainka at the line. That's good.
Well, the bigs coming to play. Jermainka gets the stand-still jump shot from the high post. Made the pass previously to Luchenko. She's up to 9, so they're starting to accumulate points and dragging Belarus back into this.
Park Ji-soo goes right at Popova. And Chorina came in, really lending a considerable presence on the defensive end and the boards. Popova has it knocked out of her hands by Kang. Lee back to Kang. And she gets it to Yang. Now into the corner to Kim Demby. And Chorina hands it off to Harding, who's off to the races. She is fouled. She tried to give him the shooting motion, but they're not going to give it to her.
Good foul. You know, they just about got it. They got the foul in time before Harding decided to pull up and look to shoot the basketball. You know, the number of times we will say, you know, basketball is that game of runs, and Belarus have just about started theirs to respond to the run that Korea had put on the floor. And this is the issue for them, though. That again, they're just not deep And when they rotate in, their points output is going to dip. And this is where Belarus have got a chance to get right back in.
Boy, pass over the defense to Vermainka.
No, that's a 1 for 5 return, Jeff. That's the same option she's looked at 4 or 5 times, but Vermainka's just got that length. You can just lob it up there.
What about Torina? On both ends of the floor, in every aspect of the game, she's making contributions. Belarus get it back to 3.
A lot of the time, Jeff, these timeouts for Korea, it's not as if they have to change something. It's a little bit reinforce, what they're trying to do, and also to give some of these girls a blow, because the rotations just don't exist for them. So Yang's probably going to have to go most of the half. She's going to have to 3 minutes of timeouts, or 6 minutes if you take the Belarusian the timeouts as well. Is a big deal for her.
Well, here you see Vermainka with the 11 points. And bear in mind that she had 5 at halftime, so she's come out here strong in the third quarter.
And without Park Ji-soo in the game, that lob is a little easier. And also they let it get a little deeper, so a little further up, so there's more of a space to throw the ball into. Nice little period for Belarus to respond to that when they were down 9, they're now down 3.
Oh, good. Look who it is. Troyan is stepping in and knocking it away. And then Harding again is fouled by Park.
And the Harding will go to the line because they now have the penalty, and there's still 4 minutes to go in this third. And as we've said, they've lost that momentum they had because they had to break in and get the rotations. It's going to be, they're still going to not change what they do. They've got to start ticking it over. They're going to make the same shots. They've just got to back themselves to make them.
She takes the first one. Steady performance from Lindsey Harding today. 13 points now. And she makes just 1 of 2. So Korea maintained the 2-point lead. Harding perhaps going to get posted up here. Quack decides to shoot over Harding. Good recognition. Not much more Harding can do in that situation. She got her away from the basket.
Absolutely. Harding can't do anything else. Apart from front and trying to steal it, she held position, made her make a tough one.
Popova for 3. And wins out by Mikhailovic with the rebound. Remember, Nigeria need Korea to lose. Vermainka, meanwhile, misses. Park. Quack. And off the hands of Kang.
Oh, credit Vermainka for getting back, because she really challenged the pass by there, and it just rushed it, caused the turnover.
Mark, don't forget, we've got 5 places up for grabs for the Rio de Janeiro games, the Olympics here, this Olympic qualifying tournament. Teams are trying to get to the quarterfinals. Zioskova has come in for Belarus. Now, since Korea lost yesterday, they have to win today to advance to the quarterfinals.
Oh, it's an awful decision by Popova, because Luchenko was just crying out for it in the low block, and she tried to skip it.
Well, Lim has it. Now she gets it to Park Ji-soo. She goes right past Popova, but missed the layup, the reverse layup.
It's a great decision. Got to feel for her on the miss, because she did everything right apart from score.
It was weak defense there.
Oh, Popova with the 3 doesn't, as you said it, is not experienced enough to know how to play with a 3.
And now the Lishenko has it taken away by Kang.
And not only did they get quick hands, but no one moved. Lishenko will give it up if she got people to pass to, but no one moved.
Kang just needs a little bit of daylight and goes off the back of the rim, but it looks like it grazed the Belarusian player, so as it went out of bounds, Korea will maintain possession.
A substitution for Korea, number 7, number 13, Dumby Kim.
Lim has the ball kicked by Popova. Haven't seen Snitsina. That's the player they really miss, playing at the high level. Fortunately for Belarus, they've had other people step up.
Yeah.
Bounce pass inside. Great play, but no finish. But Park Ji-soo gets it back. And Troina, who's playing so well that she's getting into MVP contention in this game, intercepts it.
Popova's having a real tough time out there. And Troina just bailed her out.
Here's Popova from the right. Lishenko with the rebound. Now Liktarovic elects not to shoot it. And Zyuskova over to Popova, who fumbles it, picks it up, gives it to Troina, who gets swatted by Park Ji-soo.
Wow. Can't say enough good things about Park Ji-soo, can you? Now she's got a block to go with the rest of those stats.
Over to Kwak, left wide open, and rattles out. Now Liktarovic gets it before it goes out of bounds. 3-on-3 break. And Troina's slow up the court. Lishenko over to Troina. It's good! She must have heard us.
But the difference again, that she moved. I know she was late coming down the floor, but Luchenko will definitely kick it out from inside as she feels a little double team, and Troina just makes another three.
Boy, she has been terrific. Kim Danby, she says, you want a three? How about this? But a little bit too hard. Now Zyuskova doesn't rebound as she knocks it out of bounds. Boy, really is something to behold when you look at both of these teams. The intensity on the faces of both of these teams. In Korea, I think, can't quite believe they haven't been able to pull away from Belarus because they have really kept the pressure on. The sense, and now Lishenko picks up the third, and that's what happens when you reach around.
But she's saying, like, I've had people reaching at me all game, and you know I didn't really hit anybody. I've got to hit harder. But she knows she's like, she can manage, as you've said. She knew what she's doing then.
But the sense of urgency is there.
They still have 2 fouls to give Belarus as well.
Lim, wow, tries to get it to Park, who is rolling to the basket.
And I think they're saying it came off Park.
No, they're going to give it back to Korea.
I do like it when officials have that communication. The important thing is to get the right call. It doesn't matter if it takes them a little longer. And that, to me, looked like the right call.
And the three-pointer right at the buzzer. So Belarus dodged the bullet. Korea perhaps fortunate to have that chance. And they are leading by just 1 point against Belarus in this vitally important game here in Nantes.
Well, the only thing that's really cooled down for Korea is that three-point shooting stat. That's like starting to dip. But both teams, considering the amount of defense that's being played, are performing at an incredibly high level. And Korea has done a nice job closing that rebound advantage that Belarus had. But 15 turnovers for Belarus has really been the Achilles heel throughout the game. They've been forced, because of the speed of the defense, to just get themselves into situations where turnovers have been generated. So set up. This is one of those. I didn't expect us to be in this situation, Jeff. This is too close to call. Korea, because of their three-point threat, always will have a chance in this fourth quarter.
Look at that, Troina, 11 points, 3 of 4 from the arc, and that's only part of the story because she has been doing it on the defensive end as well. But I'll tell you what, if some of these other players didn't show up today for Belarus, they might be on the plane ride home back to Minsk because they have faced a Korean team that's come out with a real sense of purpose today.
But that issue they have of depth could be, in the end, could be the undoing in relation to trying to get this win. They got undone in the fourth quarter. They turned the ball over a lot against Nigeria in the fourth quarter. They've just got to do another 10 minutes, and they've got a real chance. But Belowski goes back to the new Ritskaiva, who I wasn't expecting to see a lot of time. He's got a lot of confidence in her, instead of people like Tsitsina, which, however much she might be struggling at this stage of the game, it's a big call.
Well, it's certainly suggests something's not right with Tsitsina. And Lee, boy, harassing Harding. How in the world did she not turn that over? Gets it to Vera Mayinka. And it was just too good of a shot to pass up for Vera Mayinka. Now Lishanka gets the rebound, goes out of bounds, and full marks to Korea for just making Lishanka's afternoon a real nightmare. Look at this. He is really hounded. Lishanka with 10 points and 8 rebounds, but she's capable of doing a lot more damage. And she gets inside, has it taken away by Lee. Quick. Well, you take the ball down, you give that defender a chance to take it away. Oh, Park Ji-soo had the mismatch.
But where was the help? They've got to realize that mismatch is there, and both Veremenko and Luchenko just ignored the help option and just left the Harding there trying to guard Park Ji-soo.
Harding goes up, and now Nigeria, no doubt, sweating bullets over this one. King finds Kwak, 7 on the shot clock. Now Lee. Boy, Lee's playing a terrific little role here. Playing a very physical style that's even challenging Harding. Now reaching around, Kim Dambin, unsportsmanlike foul called on Ritskaiva. And that, we addressed it, you did, talking about opting for the inexperience, and now it's cost you.
Oh, you mentioned Lee, like in the first game, Jeff, she literally had nothing. A couple of rebounds, that's about it in her 8 minutes. But she's really made a contribution, double the minutes, double the points. You know, she's, everyone needs to do a little bit. You don't need everyone to do a lot. You just need everyone to make a small contribution and contribute, and she is doing that.
Well, look at this now. They are leading by 6, and if they win by 6, you know what that means.
Winning group. That wasn't in anybody's script at all. This is not a story that was like talked about in terms of winning the group. Would they be able to raise themselves? Well, they've done that regardless of the outcome. They've got a huge opportunity now.
That was the play before with Lee driving, and she got that valuable experience 2 years ago at the World Championship. And she traveled with this with Korea to Turkey. And she's being guarded by Lishanka. Kang! Online, go!
Wow. The one person you do not want to let get her feet set, and she's just 18 points to go with the 22 she had the other night. Just phenomenal shooting.
9-point lead. And Belarus potentially staring at the prospect of a game against Spain, and Spain are thinking to themselves, what have we done to deserve this? Korea are right now turning on all cylinders. And timeout as Belarus trying to regroup.
Well, Park Ji-soo's picked up a full foul. And as much as their 11 points have been impressive, as much as her 5-6 rebounds have been impressive, it's just her presence that's really going to be missed if she has to sit. It just takes away any size they have to stop being totally dominated on the inside. But then they'll get inside, they'll collapse. And they're going to ask this Belarusian team to shoot the ball from the outside. And the biggest thing for me is Lindsay Harding's gone very quiet. She's been really worked over. Maybe taking her out wasn't a good idea. It sort of broke her rhythm. It's an interesting dilemma now that Belarus face. They don't need to panic. You know, if the job here was to get into the quarterfinal slot, they're still not out of that position. But I don't think that they didn't come in to make the quarterfinal. They came in to qualify. Qualification gets a lot tougher if they're second.
What's interesting to me is I could have suggested, or I think I did suggest, you know, you don't know what to expect from Belarus. Sometimes they play great, sometimes they don't. The thing is, they haven't played badly today.
No.
Yet here they are trailing by 9. And that just really speaks volumes about Korea.
And it's that point we've made before that, you know, their inside kids will always come up and give you something. And they've actually given the normal, you know, pretty much a decent level. They've had nothing from the 3 spot, nothing apart from Troyina. So other players just haven't shown up. And to me, Troyina probably needs to come back in the game.
Well, Popova hasn't shown up. Here's Liktarovic. She has some good moments, and now she has another one.
Wow, did they need that?
It's coming right out of a timeout. That makes the coach look smart. Kim Danby. Quack gets it out to Kang. And Harding battles for the rebound. Boy, that was a big shot from Liktarovic, wasn't it?
Huge. In all sorts of ways, apart from the sick narrow exit to a 6-point margin, momentum-wise, they'd have missed that. Korea are in a great place. They're going to try and, you know, run this zone, little matchup zone, and rotate like that. Great hands.
And I think Lishenko wasn't strong in receiving that pass that time.
Absolutely.
Kang for 3. And the basketball gods rim it out. Oh, over and back.
Yeah, but like Kang's right, but then she in fact took it in the backcourt first. It was knocked by Luchenko, but she got it in the backcourt and took it back. Good things happen, great things happen if you just keep working, and that's all Vermainka did, just carried on working. Just got to be aware of this zone. If they work it, they'll get inside options.
Liktarovic, another one, rims out.
Got to have an inside touch before you take it. Got to have an inside touch.
Kim Danby for the jumper. Long rebound out to Park Ji-soo. Vermainka. And another 3 attempt. And Popova comes up with a rebound, hands it off to Lindsay Harding, and she's off to the races. Nobody picks her up. Park Ji-soo does at the end. Now Liktarovic. Over to Popova. And Vermainka decides to put it up. And Kane fell down, was able to get the ball. Now both teams starting to look like they played a hard game. They're starting to slow it down a little bit.
Still an eternity to go as well, 6 minutes. And Park Ji-soo, Jeff, has a double-double, 17 in an Olympic qualifying tournament game. Oh, wide open.
And Kang simply can't find the range right now.
They've given her the last thing. She made the first one, but they've given her 2 wide open looks. They can't. She's going to make one sooner or later.
Well, Korea's 6 of 21 from the arc. They find Lushenka, and the soft touch still doesn't fall. Korea doing a great job of sending people to the glass.
Korea only had the 1 timeout because they burned one early in this second half. And what he wouldn't give to get a timeout into Park Ji-soo at the moment. She's literally, she's running on empty. She's running on the petrol fumes at the moment. I think that's all she has.
Popova puts it down. That's a dangerous proposition when you have a bunch of Koreans around you. And they turn it over.
Popova's just had a bad day at the office.
Nikorovich comes out. That's the switch on Quack now. Vermayinka. Will Kim Danby try to go around her? Looks for an opening. Back to Quack, and they are not even going to get a shot off. Great switching up top by Belarus.
Well, Troina's coming in. It'll be interesting. He's going to come for Luchenko. I'm assuming that's going to be a very short period on the bench for Luchenko.
It's tough to say, really.
Bilowski's is an interesting role now. It's like he doesn't. Cecina's going to come back too, which go back to your veteran if you know when you really need to.
When in doubt.
He's going to have to use that timeout. Surely he doesn't want to use it almost because they look like they're really on their last legs. Korea, but they have the 6-point lead. They've still got all three to use.
Inside to Vermayinka, she's going to go at Park Ji-soo.
Go to the ring, go to the hand that's going to give you a good shot. Great execution, great move.
Lee up top now, guarded by Harding. It's a 4-point game. Kang. He's been cold. She gets it to Park Ji-soo. Passes to Lee, over to Kim Danby. She finds an opening. Troina battling, but Park Ji-soo gets another rebound. Now Kang for three. Stays out, and Troina there for the rebound.
What a rebound by Park Ji-soo, though. Announce yourself. She's there now. She's up there at the highest level of national team basketball. Just doing a great job at 17.
11 points, 12 rebounds. Harding goes to her left, gets in the lane, gets it to Hall. What a pass from Harding, and alley-oop to Vermayinka. This is like a war of attrition between these two teams. Neither team has given in. Three on the shot clock. Kim Danby drives, misses. Schnitzina got a hand on it, dives on the floor to get it. Now Harding, 3-on-2 break, and decides to pull it out. Nikorovich open, she's going to take it. Count it! Belarus have taken the lead and put Nigeria back into the quarterfinal. Still time to go. So much riding on this outcome. Nigeria need Belarus to win. Korea have to win to get to that next phase. Park Ji-soo spins. Now it's Korea back in. Unbelievable.
What a move by the 17-year-old. Almost doing exactly what Vermayinka did. Stayed with a player, just had the composure to get to the far side of the ring. It's a great move, great finish.
13 points, 12 rebounds for Park Ji-soo. Behind the back pass from Harding to Troina. Harding is going to pull up at the line and miss badly. Park Ji-soo with yet another board.
Tough play by Park Ji-soo. It's her time. She's literally taken over the last minute and a half.
She comes up, sets the pick. Now she's going to roll. And Vermayinka is going to foul. Only Belarus is second.
That was a smart foul because at that point in time, there was no help. There was a layup. And at this stage, a 3-point margin is huge.
Here's Liktorovich, boy. She has really been on the money. Liktorovich. Everything is right with her. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. At least Belarus seem to be managing the deficit more in terms of finishing first for them. But just so many implications on this result. Lee drives in, misses. Vermayinka gets it to Harding now. Nigeria sitting on the edge of their seats, pulling for Belarus to go back in front. Troina, it's online. It was short. And Park, 13 points, 14 rebounds. Monster effort from the teenager. Inside the final minute. And Yang uses the spin but doesn't finish.
Veremenka doing the other end for Belarus. She's just owning the glass for them.
Remember, Korea fell yesterday when Nigeria hit a three-pointer with 4 seconds remaining. Are they facing heartbreak again? Harding drives in. And a foul has been called.
I like the foul. The foul's a good call there. It's just, you can see what Belarus were trying to do. Get the fact that they would shoot then and still get the ball back to finish the game. The foul puts it back to a foot. And then they've got a little bit more of a decision to make. But no Luchenko coming back. It's a big call by Bujalski.
I think Korea won a timeout if Belarus scored. But we shall see.
Surely Veremenka's got to get a touch.
Veremenka gets it on the baseline, misses, and Yang with the rebound. And now this is dangerous territory, especially for Nigeria, because really Belarus can afford to lose by this margin.
Yep.
That was a shot they needed to make. Are they going to foul? Are they just going to let them run it out? And it looks like Nigeria could go out of this in the cruelest of fashions. They do. Belarus will settle for first place after a defeat. Korea have come back and got incredible revenge against Nigeria, knocking the Africans out of Olympic contention. And really the complexities of these qualifying tournaments, goal differentials, everything else has now come back to bite Nigeria in the harshest way.
You know what? All that calculation stuff which has decided the game, regardless of that, which is why Korea are where they are, that is a hell of a performance by a team who had their hearts broken yesterday. Those stats, they're the numbers. The most important number is 66 and 65. And Park Ji-soo, wow, that's a performance by a big going up against some of the best bigs in international basketball. However harsh it is on Nigeria, and it is, that's a phenomenal performance by Korea. You just got to take your hat off and say, you just earned that win with just sheer effort and commitment. Great coaching job, great execution by his team, just great physical effort. I just think you always get rewarded for hard work, and they just put in a shit of a performance.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about heart. I mean, that was a game of intensity, supreme focus and concentration, refusing to buckle under pressure. And, you know, the reality is for Nigeria, who you feel for, you know, they have to understand the international game, how it works coming in, and the cost of defeat like they suffered on that opening day against Belarus. Perhaps the experience of Korea has been able to get them over the line, because they understood that they could come back from yesterday and still had a chance. And boy, they needed everything they had to beat a very good Belarus team. So this confirms it. Belarus, despite the loss on the goal differential, they win first place, or they get first place ahead of Korea. But more important for Korea is they now know they will at least play a couple more games. They will get into a quarterfinal, potentially to face Spain. Who knows? They could face China. And Nigeria, despite the heroics yesterday and the three-pointer from Kalu with 4 seconds remaining and the brilliant effort, they are going to go home. So tough loss for the Africans, but that's basketball. So one last time, Belarus lose to Korea 66-65. Both teams advance to the quarterfinals. Nigeria do not.
Thank you.